Good morning, grade 7 Jade. I hope you are safe and well. For today's video conference, we're going to discuss about the basic concepts on self-discipline and urbanity. And with you is Sir Jomar, ang teacher niyong manigalig in Values Education 1. So let us begin our discussion. In this discussion, we have 6 lesson objectives. First is to describe the virtues of self-discipline and urbanity. Second is to learn the importance of self-discipline and urbanity. Third is to identify the attitudes or practices that are contrary to these virtues. Fourth, assess own level of self-discipline and urbanity. Fifth, learn practical ways to acquire self-discipline and urbanity in one's life. And the last one, the most important objective for this day is apply these virtues at home, because later on I will give you some tips on how we can apply self-discipline and urbanity in our daily lives. Okay, so let's discuss first what is this self-discipline. This is under under temperance, the virtue of temperance. When we speak about self-discipline, it is all about self-restraint or self-control. The word self-discipline is derived from, the word discipline is derived from the Latin word discipulus, which literally means to learn. So if you would notice, when your mother said tuturuan ka ng leksyon or turuan mo nga ng disiplina, or your father, it doesn't really literally mean na sasaktan ka nila or mapapagalitan ka. This is how they want you to learn. Kumbaga, pag pinagsabihan, hindi yung kumbaga talagang sinasabihan ka na masama, pero dapat tinitik mo siya as some chance for you to learn. Second is self-discipline is self-reliance and independence. So what do we mean by this? According to our module, it states that it is doing what you really want to do rather than being tossed around by your feelings like a leaf in the wind. So it's literally means that when you know how to practice self-discipline, you know already what to do if you will be put in a situation or event. For instance, kapag napunta ka sa mga seminars, sa mga formal restaurant, sa mga sa church, alam mo na yung kinakailangan mong gawin, hindi na yung ikaw pa yung kinakailangan sabihan. So hindi ka na yung malilito or maliligaw kung ano yung dapat gawin. That is what we meant by self-reliance and independence. Kaya mo lang tumayo sa sarili mong mga paa. Second is self-discipline is self-control and self-restraint. Just like I said earlier, that self-discipline is under temperance. It is more on self-control and self-reliance. According to our module, it is the ability to govern ourselves. It means that you have to be very determined to achieve goals that you have set. To be a self-disciplined person, you have to be able to control your feelings and desires and also behave with responsibility without orders. Yan. When we speak about this one, self-control and self-restraint, kumbaga, kino-compress mo yung sarili mong character, yung sarili mong attitude, because you know na hindi siya appropriate dun sa kinakalagyan mong sitwasyon. Though self-discipline is easier said than done, because as an individual, we are unique in our own different ways. May sarili-sarili tayong ugali, may sarili tayong character, may sarili tayong personality. At yun yung kinakailangan nating i-restrain at i-control para maiwasan natin yung paggawa ng mga vices at saka yung mga makasakit tayo sa ibang tao, or para na rin protection sa ating sarili para hindi tayo maging center of attraction sa mga crowded place. Well, to sum up what is discipline, it means that mastering your own emotions, appetites, and inclinations, that is self-discipline. Okay? Sir, si Ivan daw po may connection problem. So, this is noted, Adam. Yan. Na-note natin yan kung merong mga kasi ginagawa namin yan ng report para hindi count as absent siya during this video conference. Okay? So, i-attend ko na lang siya mamaya. Well, anyway, let us proceed to the next slide. So, why is self-discipline important? Bakit nga ba napakahalaga nito? I said earlier that we have to restrain ourselves, our personality, our character, our attitude, in the way we speak, in the way we act. So, sir, parang ibig sabihin ba dito, kinakailangan natin magpaka-plastic? So, hindi siya ganon, okay? So, these are the importance of discipline. Hindi siya more on kaplastikan. It is more on about showing what is right if you will be put in a situation para maiwasan natin yung mga unnecessary na mga hindi inaasahang pangyayari. Okay? So, first importance of self-discipline is that self-discipline enables you to control your temper. Yan. Kapag galit ka na, kapag may gusto kang kainin, or for instance, magtatanghali mamaya, so ibig sabihin kakain kayo. So, ang ulam nyo mamaya, maybe pritong isda, sinabawan, sinigang, nilaga, ano pa ba masarap na pagkain, fried chicken, tapos nakahain na ganyan sa lamesa. Then, ang mangyayari, dahil gutom ka na, kakain ka kaagad. So, that is wrong. So, when you practice self-discipline, you have to wait. You have to manifest patience. Kailangan mong antayin mo muna yung tamang oras para kumain. And maybe you can do some daily routine, just like prayers before meal, yan. At saka para antayin mo muna yung mga family members bago kayo kumain ng sabay-sabay. Okay? Yan. Second is self-discipline gives you the power to resist any thoughts, desire, or act towards a vice. So as we all know, vices will lead to bad habits, lead to vices. Yan, mga bisyo na hindi na bisyo na ang hirap-hirap tanggalin sa ating buhay. Vices can be overeaten. So kung meron kayong bad habits, that bad habits of yours can be override within 66 days. So kinakailangan mo lang mag-develop ng new habit, gawin mo siya araw-araw within 66 days para ma-override yung bad habits mo. Okay, self-discipline gives you the power to resist kasi nga self-restraint, self-control. So kapag meron kang gustong gawin na sa tingin mo makakasama sa sarili mo at sa ibang kapwa mo, so pipigilan mo yon. Even though it gives you pleasure, so you still have to restrict it because if you take the first step in doing that kind of habit, so that will lead to vices. So kinakailangan mo na siya talagang ihinto agad. Okay? And control mo yun. Then with self-discipline, you take charge of yourself. You act instead of react. You get things done in orderly, in efficient way. It is according to Popov 2000. And third importance of self-discipline is that the average person can rise as far as fast as his talents and intelligence can take him. Sir, what do you mean by this? Though you are a very intelligent person, you are smart, you are handsome, you are good looking, you are rich, but if you do not have the right attitude, you do not have the right character or good manners towards people, hindi ka rin magiging successful. Okay? Kahit napakayaman mo, kahit napakaganda ng kotse mo, ganda ng bahay mo, kung masama ang ugali mo, baliwala ka din. So ito yung reason why some businessmen, some entrepreneurs, some individuals are very rich even though they were born poor. For instance, Bill Gates. Second, Steve Jobs, even though he already passed away. Third, sino pa ba? Mark Zuckerberg, si Jack Ma. Hindi naman sila pinanganak na mayayaman eh. Hindi naman sila totally rich. Pero just because they have this attitude, they have this right conduct or self-restraint, naging successful sila. This is what we meant by average person that can rise as far as fast as his talents and intelligence can take him. Maganda kasi sa tao na maganda sa tao na ang iyong kalooban ay mabuti kasi mas nare-recognize agad yon ng ibang tao. Okay? And if you have self-restraint, you can easily gain the trust and the respect of other people. Next one is self-discipline gives a person the ability to correct himself for the sake of improvement. So if you are manifesting self-discipline, then you should reflect on your actions. Not only your actions, but also in the way you speak. Yung mga sinasabi ko ba, nakakasakit ba sa kapwa ko? Or did I say something wrong? Though it is a joke, yung joke ko ba talagang hindi maganda? So you have to reflect and think about your actions and also in the way of how you speak. Yeah. Self-discipline is the key to personal greatness. Mamaya alamin natin bakit nga ba sinasabi na magic quality that open all doors for you and makes everything else possible. Bakit nga ba ganyan na sinasabi? Yan. Next one is what happens to a person who lacks self-discipline. What I've said earlier are the importance of self-discipline. What will happen to the person if he or she lacks self-discipline? There are two actually. Alonzo, okay lang? At nakakailang minuto pa lang naman kami, abot pa. This is also noted. But anyway, let us continue. What happens to a person who lacks self-discipline? First, yan, without self-discipline, a person with every blessing of background, education, opportunity will seldom rise above mediocrity. According to Tracy 2010. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, no? Kapag ang isang tao, though high profile siya, pero wala siyang ugali or hindi maganda yung kanyang paikitungo sa ibang tao, hindi siya ganon magiging successful or mabagal yung kanyang pag-asenso. Okay? For instance, you have your own circle of friends, right? Your family is also a circle of friends. Yan. But in the near future, you will have your own job. You will build your own business. And if you have your own job and your own business, then you will require manpower. Or dun sa pinagtatrabahuhan mo, merong mga job opportunities na pwede mong ibahagi sa ibang tao. Kapag iniisip mo yung job opportunities na gusto mong ipasok dun sa current trabaho mo or sa business na tinatayo mo, sino yung mga naiisip mo? Di ba yung mga taong malapit sa'yo? Yung mga naging mabuti sa'yo na pinagkatiwalaan mo at inaasahan mo. Di ba sila yon? So kapag ikaw yung taong na-recognize nila, ay hindi naman mabait yan, hindi naman mabuti yan. So tanggal ka na agad sa list. So mabagal yung pag-asenso, nagkakameron tayo ng less opportunities for those who do not have self-discipline or lack self-discipline. Second is people who lack the ability to master their appetites become weak and dissolute as well as unreliable in many other things. This also according to Tracy 2010. Yan, yung kung hindi nyo kayang kontrolin yung sobrang pagkain, as the saying goes, masama ang lahat ng sobra. Yan, that will result to weaken your body, tsaka yung pagiging obese. At kung hindi ka masyado kumakain ng maayos or ng madami or ng tama lang sa araw-araw, magiging mahina yung katawan mo. That will enable you to do much work needed for the day. Yan, these are the these are the things that will happen to a person who lacks self-discipline. Before we proceed to the next slide, do you have any questions, guys? If you have questions, just type in your query, suggestion, comments, or idea in our chat box. Okay, para meron tayong interaction. Well, anyway, let us proceed. Basta type lang kayo dyan. So let us proceed urbanity. Urbanity is very associated to self-discipline. Pero they differ from each other. When we talk about self-discipline, it is more on self-restraint and self-control. But when we speak about urbanity, this is more on um, good manners and right conduct. Kumbaga, how to properly move in a specific occasion or events, how you interact or how you socialize with others, and how to build trust and respect to others, as well as making friends. This is what urbanity all about. So let's define first what is urbanity. Urbanity comes from the French urbanité and directly from Latin urbanitatem. Nominative urbanitas, which means city life or requirement, yan, and city passion. So parang ito yung tinatawag nating saucy or social. Pero hindi naman, do not take it as medyo parang kaartihan. Kapag ang isang tao nagpapakita ng urbanity, it is not right na sabihin na nag-aarti-artihan lang. Kumbaga, nagpapakita lang siya ng tamang kilos, tamang pananalita sa isang lugar o sa isang sitwasyon. Hindi dapat siya binubuli ng kung sino man. Kumbaga, tinatry lang niyang maging belong dun sa isang occasion or in our society. Okay? That is what we meant by city life, refinement, or city passion. What is urbanity? So we have here 4. Urbanity means to be considerate and never losing sight of the rights and claims and sensibilities of others. Yan. For instance, kapag kayo ay kumakain, di ba? Kapag kumakain kayo, ano yung mga pinag-uusapan nyo? Di ba? So hindi kayo pwede magsalita ng anything disgusting while you are eating. So it doesn't feel right. Magiging parang parang hindi magandang kumain kapag ang pinag-uusapan nyo ay something disgusting. So hindi yun pwede. So you have to be sensible, or kung gumagamit kayo ng mga communal things, or if you're in a communal places or things that are used by others, not owned by you, so you have to be sensitive enough to take care of those things. Ay, may gagamit pa pala nito, so hindi ko siya wabasuhin. Yan, mga something like that. Next one is to be urbane is to be polite and polished, courteous, and affable. Yan, this can basically seen in simple restaurant and fast food chain, just like Jollibee, not to promote Chowking, McDo, and other formal restaurants. When you come in their store, they will greet you, hello sir, hello ma'am, good morning. When you kapag tapos ka na, goodbye sir, ma'am, thank you, please come again. So even though that is their job, but those kind of actions is a form of those kind of actions, urbanity can be seen in those simple actions. Isipin mo, yung pag-greet mo ng thank you, ng good morning, ng good afternoon, though it is part of your job, hindi mo mamalayan, magiging habit mo na siya eh. Yan yung nangyari sa akin when I was in Jollibee. So, may contract kasi doon na 6 months. So, meaning to say, it is more than 66 days. Araw-araw kang nagbumabate ng good morning, good afternoon, thank you, goodbye. So, naging habit ko na siya. So, naging good manners ko na siya kapag may gumagawa sa akin ng mabuti, I always say thank you even though it is very little or very small. But take note, every simple things counts. Yan. And always practice how to greet a person and be polite. Third, the forms of manners and ceremonies established by conventions as acceptable or required in society. For instance, if you were in a convention or seminar, or if you will be attending a seminar for the future, in the near future, so kapag nagtugtog yung national anthem, so ano dapat nang ginagawa? So dapat tatayo kayo, and just to give respect to our Philippine national anthem, kung may flag, you can put your hands in our heart, on our heart, dito sa dibdib, sa chest, tapos Kapag wala namang flag, so hindi naman siya required ilagay doon. Just stand up and sing the national anthem and other actions acceptable to or acceptable or required in a society. Yan. Yung sa pagsusuot na lang ng damit, kapag pupunta ka sa interview, pupunta ka sa church, pupunta ka sa ganitong lugar, so kailangan alam mo yung dress code dun sa mga lugar na yon para at least mabilong ka or alam nila na nakikibahagi ka dun sa mismong event. Okay? Tawag natin doon etiquette tsaka professional. Even though di ba magiging future professionals kayo, so you have to learn your etiquette. And etiquette is a set of guidelines for politeness and good manners and kindness with which we should always treat each other. So when speaking of urbanity, it is not only for ourselves. So kung meron kayong kakilala na hindi alam kung paano kumilos sa ganong lugar, huwag niyo siyang tatawanan. Instead, teach them how to act like the way you used to o kung ano man yung kinakailangan niyang ikilos dun sa mismong event. So, hindi dapat siya tinatawanan. Turuan natin siya. Okay? Para naman, sharing is caring, sabi nga nila. So, why is urbanity important? Bakit nga ba siya ganun ka-importante? Sir, ang urbanity lang naman ay parang kaartihan. No, it's not. Kasi kung hindi mo siya i-manifest or i-apply sa ibang mga occasion, so maging center of attraction ka, so nakakababa rin to ng self-esteem, kaya kinakailangan mo rin siya talagang sa buhay. At lamang ang may alam, sabi nga nila. So why is urbanity important? We have plenty of answers here. And they charm your personality because they having urbanity can gain the respect and trust of others, and having urbanity in our life can lift you up. And they help you earn respect. They make relationships smoother. Yan, learning cell phones etiquette, the proper way of conducting yourself online, yan etiquettes. Kapag merong sa inyong teacher na nagpa-follow up ng mga requirements or nag-ano ng announcement, huwag niyong i-ignore kasi yun ay effort na binigay ng teacher or ng someone in authority. It is not right to just send the message. If you don't want to send to reply to that message, maybe you can just react. You can press the like button, the heart button, or whatever your emotion is towards that message. But please, wag niyong baliwalain or isin lang yung mga message ng mga teachers natin. Yan, kinakailangan niyong mag-react man lang para at least naramdaman ng teacher na na-acknowledge yung kanyang effort. At ganun din naman si teacher. Hindi naman kami nagkukulang na kapag meron kayong query, meron kayong question, kung talagang kinakailangan, sasagot kami at sasagot agad-agad sa inyong pangailangan. Okay? Yan, give and take lang yan. And also, yan, we can earn a lot of friends. I can be your friend, I can be your best friend, and also I can be your worst enemy. Then, mastering empathy, and how it is necessary to put other people's needs ahead of your own can make you a better team leader or a member. So put yourself in someone else's shoes for you to understand the way they feel at kung ano yung kanyang pinagdadaanan. Next one is it makes you motivated and happy. Of course, helping others make us happy at kinakailangan natin yung panatiliin. Good manners and etiquette give constant happiness to own self and self-gain and respect. So what are some acts that disregard rules of good taste and proper manners? So we have here being late. Yan, being late is also a kind of corruption. Ang corruption hindi lang siya sa pera. Yeah, being late is also part of the corruption when you agree to show up at certain time, then you are not there, so late ka. Then being impolite or rude to anyone, especially guys for number one, wag niyong pag-aantayin yung mga babae. Kinakailangan tayo yung on time lagi boys. Take note that tip yon. Being impolite or rude to anyone, being nice to others in What about putting ketchup on okra? I think, Ron, it's up to you. It depends upon your taste buds. Kung okay siya sa'yo, then why not? Pero kung hindi okay sa akin, so why should I put ketchup? So it's for you. It's up to you to decide whether if you will put ketchup or not. Okay? Yan. Um, Failing to introduce the others, yan, kung meron kang kasama, tapos may nakilala kang kaibigan mo rin, pero hindi sila magkakilala sa kasama mo. So, always introduce him or her kung sino man yung kasama nyo. Para naman at least, meron kayo ng circle of friends at dumami lalo sila. Next, chatting or texting on your cell phone while physically with others. Always give person your physical your attention, especially when you were in a date or going to a restaurant or mall. Kapag kumakain kayo, huwag niyong hawakan, huwag niyong gawing habit yung paghawak lagi ng cellphone kapag meron kayong kausap or kung kayo kumakain. Mas maganda yung socializing na talaga nag-build kayo ng bond, ng strong relationship or camaraderie to each other. In our part, ang ginagawa namin doon, ang unang pumick up ng cellphone, magbabayad ng bill. So, walang kumuha ng cellphone. Kaya required kami magsalita lahat. So, maganda naman. Yan, failing to RSVP. So, if you were invited in a specific occasion or event, tapos nakalagay doon, 2 persons lang yung invited, then 3 person or 5 person, wag na kayong mag-go beyond that number. Kasi, bilang lang talaga yung budget nung naggawa ng event. Okay? Yan, when you are invited to an event, whether it's a dinner, party, wedding, let the host know whether or not you'll be there as soon as possible. Para at least magbigay na nila yung ibang slots sa ibang nangangailangan kung hindi kayo makaka-attend. Being too self-absorbed when chatting with friends, naglalakad ka, may kasama ka, tapos may nakasalubong kang isang kaibigan, at nakapachika kayo, at napalalim yung chika nyo, napasarap yung kwentuhan, tapos napabayaan mo na yung iyong kasama. So, wag niyong gagawin yon. Okay? Next one is having a bad table manners. So, wag itataas ang paa kapag kumakain, kapag nasa restaurant, pero kung nasa bahay lang naman, well, it's okay, nasa loob ka lang naman ng bahay. Kapag yan, during dinner, lunch, or breakfast, kung kumakain kayo ng sabay-sabay sa inyong tahanan, don't make it a habit that you will pick up your phone during that time. Always respect others. Huwag niyong ugaliin na laging nagsa-cellphone. Kung talaga namang hindi maiiwasan na gumamit ng cellphone, maybe you can make an excuse or say, excuse me, because I have to take this phone or a call or something like that para naman at least meron kayong proper manners pa rin. Yan, forgetting the magic word, yan, always say the word please kung meron kang gustong ipakasuyo or thank you or I'm sorry. Hindi naman nakakababa ng dignidad ng isang tao ang magsasabi ng sorry. Well, in fact, saying the word sorry means you are closer to being a better person. Yan, how can a person become self-disciplined? There are so many ways. Yan, set your goals, persevere, take things one step at a time, don't rush things, haste make ways, eliminate harmful habits. Yan. And how can a person acquire good taste and manners? Yan, dress properly according to occasion, just like I said earlier. Dress code, be careful in personal hygiene, do not use other stuff, personal hygiene stuffs. Kung yung toothbrush mo, wag mong papahiram or wag kang gagamit ng toothbrush ng iba. And also soap as much as possible. Then greet and respond to greetings properly. Take note of smile and greet. Hindi yung i-greet mo pero nakasimangot ka. Always do smile and greet. Key step ang tawag natin doon. Yan, give way to people who want to pass, especially elderly and PWD. So kung hindi kayo magbukas ng pinto, kayo nang magbukas. And sit properly, especially kapag nasa convention or seminar. Yan, listen politely, makinig, hindi yung pasok dito, labas doon. In conversation, kapag nakikipag-usap kayo sa inyong mga sa isang tao, wag kayong maggaganto kasi ibig sabihin nun hindi sila interested makinig sa'yo or hindi sila interested. So wag niyong gagawin 'yon. Well, anyway, the tips the tips here listed can also be seen in our module. Yan, observe delicacy in writing notes, know how to use rooms that are shared in common, the communal things. Remember, learn table manners. Kung hindi naman talaga kompleto yung gamit, so at least nasa tamang lugar yung spoon and fork and baso. Then ask permission before using things of others. Do not borrow personal items. Maybe they are protecting it. You can ask naman. Be polite lang. And avoid curses or bad expressions. Especially if you are playing games like Mobile Legends, Call of Duty, Valorant, LOL. Huwag kayong masanay na nang-trash talk kayo kasi merong study na nakapag ang isang tao nang trash talk, may big impact ito sa mga players. Okay, huwag kayong toxic. Huwag kayong maging toxic player. Just enjoy the game. And that's it. It's already 10 o'clock. Pasakto lang sa ating oras. Well, I am open for questions. Any questions? Paano nyo naglalakad? Paano nyo naglalakad? Well, okay lang naman din yan. Pero wag lang yung mga harsh na salita na talaga nagbabadmouth ka na sa ibang tao. Yung sabi mong bobo, mga ganun, wag ganun. Enjoy nyo lang yung laro. Okay. Any questions, grade 7 Jade, before we end our discussion? Any questions? Well, if a question pop into your mind after this video conference, maybe you can send me an email through jlmogalcybersecurity.ph and my contact number and also my Facebook searchable name, jomar.mogal. So if you don't have any more questions, thank you so much for your time, grade 7J. This is your teacher Jomar, ang teacher nyong maligalig saying, keep safe, God bless, and goodbye, grade 7J. Bye, guys.